Hi everyone, welcome to Viva la Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a very quick, healthy, and easy veggie scramble with some garbanzo beans. This is a perfect way to start your day, or hey, why not? You can also have it for lunch, dinner. This could be consumed for any meal and it's absolutely delicious. So let's see what those ingredients are. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna turn on our stove. I personally like to go on high heat just so that we can kind of speed things up. And we're just gonna put a little bit of oil just to get that going. Now, while that oil is heating up, we're gonna wanna go ahead and work on all of the prep. We're gonna wanna chop up the roasted, or not the roasted, but the bell peppers. Could be any type of bell pepper, yellow, orange, red, green. Today we're gonna be using yellow. You're gonna also wanna chop up some broccoli, or in this case, some broccolini. And of course, prepare your spinach, which you're gonna include also in the veggie egg scramble. So once the oil has actually heated and it's ready to go, the first thing we're gonna wanna implement or add to the dish will be the bell pepper, because the bell pepper takes a little bit longer to cook. So I definitely suggest trying to cook or cut it in small pieces as possible, just to speed up that process. So let's go ahead and add that in. So as you can see, those bell peppers are cooking nice and evenly. We're gonna wanna let them rest just by themselves, maybe about 2 to 3 minutes. So simultaneously, as we have those bell peppers cooking, we can go ahead and get our garbanzo beans going. Essentially, it's just gonna be a can of garbanzo beans, some olive oil, some balsamic vinegar, and some seasoning. Very simple. So we'll go ahead and put that right in. So as we've got those kind of getting those nice acidic juices from the oils, we'll give our bell peppers a nice stir. And since it's been 2 to 3 minutes, we'll go ahead and include our broccoli that's ready to go. At this point, we can lower down the heat. So it's been about a minute or two. You can see now that that broccoli has that nice color, vibrant, vivid color. It's time to go ahead and add that spinach. And as the spinach, as you can start kind of seeing it absorb some of the oil, that's the time we want to put in our eggs. So you're just going to leave it for about a minute, and then now we're going to include those eggs. Okay, now that we have those eggs, we're gonna wanna go ahead and give them a nice little stir. And the heat, right now I've got it on medium. I'm gonna go ahead and lower it, less than medium. Because the egg in itself is gonna cook in the pan since the pan's already heated. So we don't need that high heat anymore. And we'll leave it there for about 2 minutes. Now as that continues to cook, we'll go ahead and give our garbanzo beans some seasoning. I personally like some sea salt, just a little, and I also use some Italian seasoning. But it can also be, if you don't have Italian, you can use oregano or basil, whatever you'd like. So as the eggs are almost ready, we're gonna wanna go ahead and turn the stove off. And again, you can still let it rest for a little bit if you want your egg to be a little bit more cooked. I personally like it to be nice and moist, and you're gonna have that very nice rich texture. So as we can see, just leave it here for about a minute and give our garbanzo beans in the meantime a final stir. So as you can see, it's pretty much ready. I personally love to include a little bit of avocado, so if you have some avocado, we can go ahead and throw some avocado on the top just to give it that extra little boost, as we'd say. If you also have some maybe cherry tomatoes that you'd like to include, now is the time to add it onto your egg scramble. So there you have it, quick, healthy, easy, time to enjoy.